Today is February 26th. The rundown, the Des Bryant mixtape, whatever you want to call it. We got our first, I guess, bit of official information that something happened. And it's a police report that I'm not even sure what the police report says. That he was maybe there when he dragged a woman out of the car or something. There were no charges filed. It was his ex-girlfriend or ex-wife at the time. Am I getting this all right or wrong? Big Cat, go.
So the police report basically said that the cops were called to Walmart parking lot at 6 a.m. There was a report of an altercation. There was a car there. No one was in the car. Then another car pulls up and the cops talk to these two guys. Then a third car pulls up and it's Des Bryant. So basically the police said nothing bad happened. That's what they deemed, and let everyone go on their merry way. Now, whether you believe that's the truth, I can't say for sure. Like, obviously it sounds sketchy, and where there's smoke, there's fire. I still don't know if there's a tape out there. I still think he's being extorted. I think he's a scumbag. He probably has done some shitty things in his past, and he's a perfect mark for this.
KFC?
Two things. The Walmart thing just keeps throwing me for a loop. Like, if something happened at Walmart, we would know about it. There would have been – it's in public, right? Like, I always have to remind myself that this is all supposedly occurring at a Walmart parking lot, and how this could all be kept under wraps this whole time is weird. Second thing, I feel like sick about myself because as it starts to look more and more like there's no tape, I find myself getting like disappointed, which as a normal like human being with a heart, I should be happy that there's no like heinous crime being committed. But at this point, I kind of want to see something. There's been so much hype. I want to see a video.
Well, here's the thing. A couple things. First of all, and people said, I don't know what he's doing at Walmart. I mean, it wasn't that long ago. He's already rich, so don't shop at Walmart anymore.
Well, I don't even know if he was shopping. It was 6 a.m., so it was probably like meet me there or something. I don't know.
Fair point. Fair point. Point number two, which I'm going to bring up, and Big Cat, you said this just could be a police report. The tape could have something that's not a police report and totally different. Kind of your point, KFC. He's done some bad things for sure. So maybe this is just something that's separate from the tape.
I also want to make one more point, and I have to blog this. I've been meaning to blog it. Schefter and Mike Florio and these fucking putzes who say they've known about it for 6 months are so full of shit. It's like driving me nuts. Because, first of all, those guys don't sit on rumors. They say it right away.
Yeah.
Schefter fucking says shit the minute he hears it. So he would say, I'm looking in, this is exactly what he would tweet. He'd say, I am looking into a story about Des Bryant, per me. Okay? He would have tweeted that in September. Second, the fact that neither of those guys filled out a Freedom of Information Act and did exactly what Rappaport did today, where he last week, and basically said, what happened at Walmart, I want the police report. That says they didn't fucking know, because that's like the first thing. I'm not even a journalist. That's the first thing I would do.
Yeah, no, those guys are, well, I'm going to stick with Schefter. He's the most full of shit. He did this with something else, too. Like the same exact thing after it broke. He's like, oh, I've known about that. I just chose not to tell anyone and blah, blah, blah. So he's the worst. Last up, and this is a hypothetical. I pitched this idea. Feidelberg shut it down today. But I want to go to Walmart and dress Feidelberg up as Lady Feidelberg, and me and Hank walk down with a Des Bryant in like a Romo shirt, and he's pregnant, and then you rip the baby out of his thing, snap the head, put a squirt gun in Feidelberg's mouth, then you rape Feidelberg, and then when he's on the ground, you spray paint him with like the X symbol that Des Bryant does, and then you bring out a stuffed animal snake, like Jake the Snake style, and you just drop it on him. And I thought it would have been a great bit. Like, here's your video of what's happening and all the rumors and whatnot. And then Feidelberg's like, once there was a police report, we can't do it because people will be like, we're making fun of abuse.
Yeah, you post that video, and then 2 seconds later, it comes out that like Des Bryant was dragging his girlfriend by the hair through the Walmart parking lot, and we look like the biggest scumbags in the world.
That's what I said. I didn't shut it down because I don't want to get dressed up like a chick. I shut it down because when the actual video comes out, it does not go well for us.
Could you imagine, Dave, if over the summer you're like, let's go to Foxwoods or wherever you go.
That's what I said.
Be like, I'll punch you in the face and I'll wear a Ray Rice jersey.
Yeah, but if you do it beforehand, you can do it.
No, you can't.
That makes it worse. It's
No,
like-
we don't know what's happening. We're just like making fun of the rumors.
And then it shows up everywhere. Good Morning America throws that up and
Listen.
being like,
You think I don't care about Good Morning America? We get 4 laughs on that video, and then we move on to the next, and let the tsunami, let the ripple. You know, when like a cruise ship comes by and a big wave knocks over the little boats, the cruise ship's already long gone. They don't know that the little boats have capsized, so we would have gotten the laughs anyways. That got kiboshed, so we didn't do it. I guess you guys would have voted no on that as well.
Actually, first thought, I probably would have said yes. It'll be funny. But I'm happy I have these idiots around to tell me to make me think that way, because it probably would have been a disaster.
Hank, you were like, I'm in.
well, so wait. That's how you're going now? You're like, you can't have it both ways with Hank. You can't call him an idiot every day and then be like, oh, well, Hank was down for it. We should do it. It's a good idea.
Feidelberg was down for it till the police report came out.
Yeah, I was down for it last night, and then now it's real.
We still don't know what happened. There may be no tape. You said yourself, KFC, you want a tape. So I was going to do that. Oh, we have the Des Bryant tape, and then it's like this hodgepodge reenactment in a Walmart parking lot. Would have been actually very funny. I hate when I get stifled. My creative juices get stifled in my own company.
Would anyone be in blackface? Because that would probably take it over the top to funny.
Little known fact. Sales guy dressed up in blackface for Halloween. He went as like the big 3 for basketball, and he was Kevin Garnett, full blackface.
Do we have a picture?
Oh yeah, with his 2 black buddies, which makes it okay.
It
Yeah, like
How's that not been blocked?
If you do blackface with 2 black guys, and they're okay with it, you get a pass. You're allowed to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that
so-
actually is true.
No,
that's
he
like
was-
walking around. You can't. They like have to go take a piss with you and everything.
Yeah, you cannot leave.
Oh
the
no,
shop.
but this particular Halloween, I dressed up as Craig Sager. So I have a couple pictures of me like interviewing Gaz by himself in full blackface.
You can't you got to put him on a leash and have him next to you the whole time.
And I think
Put
he
the
at
black
one.
people on a leash. Make
I
sure
think at one I don't. Yeah, right. I don't think he realized either until years after. He's like, yeah, that wasn't like PC, I guess. Anyways, Adrian Peterson reinstated. So he basically appealed to the court system that the NFL was illegal in the way they suspended him indefinitely, basically. And the courts have agreed with him. They said the NFL arbitrator was wrong. A lot of people I'm seeing being like, oh my God, huge news, shocking news. Now what it does, there's, I guess, some semantics. Originally it said he's immediately reinstated. I guess this paves the way now that he's going to be reinstated very shortly. It forces the Vikings' hand. So it's like they are either going to have to trade him, cut him, whatever. I don't get the people being like, oh my God, what happened? I can't believe, what an upset. I wrote this, I put it. There was no way he was ever going to lose that appeal. What the NFL did was blatantly illegal. There was no precedence for suspending him for that long indefinitely. It was all, he got caught. You want to talk about wakes and boats going by, he got caught up in the Ray Rice thing. So not surprising, still a big story. Would you guys want him on your team? I said no doubt. I'd take him in a heartbeat. I don't think he's nearly as bad a guy as people make him out to be. So if he wants to come play for me, God bless. KFC?
I would take him on my team specifically because I really don't care what any athletes do. All I want you to do is win. I'm not you're not my role model. You're not there to be an example for me. So I don't care about any of that stuff. I think you say that he's not as bad as other guys just because you didn't see it. Like if there was video of him doing that to his kid, I think your opinion would be very different.
All about the video these days.
Yeah, like if you saw him hitting his kid and the kid crying and him being nasty to him and making him bleed, I don't think you would be giving him as much of a free pass. I agree that it's different because it is technically, in his brain, he was just trying to teach his child a lesson. I know that's different from what Ray Rice did, but I think if you saw it, you wouldn't be quick to say that he's not a bad guy.
I mean, I can't. Maybe. I haven't seen it. I will say I go by a lot of his reactions after and his text to his wife being like, he pushed another kid off the bike. I had to teach him a lesson. To me, that's intent of he thinks he's being like a decent parent, even though he's clearly not. But that is a huge differentiator between punching your fiance in the nose because you're fucking mad at her versus your kid did something that he deserves to be punished for and you went over the line. Big Cat?
anyone who doesn't want Adrian Peterson on their team is just a self-righteous asshole. Like, I don't, that's not a sports fan. I can't stand people, like you said, Kevin, who just sit here and they're like, I need all Angels. I need all these great guys on my team. Yeah.
I would not want Vic. I've said that. I would never be able to stomach Michael Vick.
All right. Well, Vic is a little different just because it's the dogs, and we're all fucked up like that, where we value dogs more than kids and people. But whatever.
Times.
Either way, I agree with it. I mean, he should be reinstated. He's going to go to the Cowboys. That's what's going to happen. Jerry's going to pay Dez less because of this tape. DeMarco's going to walk, and Adrian Peterson's going to go to the Cowboys.
Next up, this came over the wire, what I like to call the internet wire. Late last night, the Brit Awards, a couple things going on at the Brit Awards. Madonna, I believe what happened, she had some sort of, I think a fan, right? A fan, like a high-powered fan, looks like it literally lifted Madonna. I don't think she tripped off the steps. She was blown off the steps. Hilarious video. Big Cat, what do you got?
Yeah, she had like like the windsurfers that go out, and those stupid idiots that go out on lakes and shit. She had like that attached to her back, so she was going no matter what. I don't know why the Brit Awards aren't. Why can't we watch them live? Can we? And why are they on a Wednesday? Bizarre.
It's more foreign country weird award show shit. They don't know how to do it.
Way better.
It hit Twitter at like 4:00 yesterday. I was like, is this old? Is this new? It just happened? So weird.
Way better. Their show, just that clip is better than anything we've had in any award show. As far as watching the Brit thing, Renee, my wife, at one point, I don't know what she did. She wanted to watch, what's that show on like PBS, Downton Abbey or something? And she wanted like the British version, and she like bought on some black market website a British IP address. You could probably do that and watch the Brit Awards. But I let me tell you this. I know those fucking Brits are watching our award shows. Guaranteed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dog shit. I won't watch it anyways, but I said this in a blog. I forget. I always want the ability to be like, no, I'm not watching it. Give me the choice to shove your face. Same with weddings. I want to be invited to your wedding so I can say, no, I'm not coming. What do we got? Kardashian, and this is like the same story. I feel like we get this. She's either making $1 billion on her fucking app. Now she's getting $100 million. The Kardashians to stay with E over the next 4 years. This doesn't include Bruce Jenner. But what? By the way, I know Bruce Jenner is a big story. That story's like sort of under the radar that he's becoming like a woman. Like it's not under the radar, but it is under the radar.
Yeah. It's because like in 2015 you can't openly crack jokes about it.
We need LaDuca on to talk about that. Anyways, KFC, what do you got on this $100 million deal?
It actually seems low to me. Like 4 years, 100 mil. That's like doesn't seem like, I would guess it'd be double that for the Kardashians. People always say like, I can't believe it. It's the end of the world. These people do nothing. I don't get that. It's like, that's what reality TV is. That's what it's always been. People watch all sorts of garbage TV. And the reality is they're, for the most part, preferences aside, for the most part, they're attractive chicks. They're fucking superstars. They're banging rappers. They've got drama. People want to watch that. I don't understand why people get so shocked that the Kardashians make a ton of money. They're exactly what you do in 2015 to make cash.
Big Cat?
Yeah, they're geniuses. I mean, they're geniuses. They're marketing geniuses. The fact that they have made this much money off their one daughter being a huge whore and being a porn star, which actually, wait, what do we decide? She's not a porn star because she only did one, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so she's done a porn, but they're geniuses. I hate them. I despise them. I wish they'd go away. But if anyone says anything like besides they're geniuses and how to market yourself, then they're lying.
Yeah, I mean, I got to agree with all you guys. I despise them. They're literally my least favorite people on the planet. But everyone that grandmother wants to do reality TV shows, I mean, this is something, the ratings speak for themselves. Like, E isn't giving them that money because they like them as people. The ratings drive what you get. So, it's crazy. It's nuts, but it is what it is. I posted this. We're still dealing with crazy ass snow. I got to leave this office early every day just to make sure I can park when I go home. A space saver letter for the ages. A guy just, I mean, he spent a decent amount of time writing this letter. Everything from lecturing him to, this shit may fly in Boston, but not in Cambridge, to you're no hero. Like everybody just, I like the letter. KFC, what do you got on this guy's letter?
I was with him. I don't believe in saving space. I think that's bullshit. You dig it out, you leave. That's it's up to you to find another spot. The letter kind of came across too douchey for me though. Like the Cambridge Boston line. I agree with the guy, but the letter just rubbed me the wrong way because he just came off like high horse, holier than thou bullshit.
Big Cat.
Yeah, I guess I understand what he's saying. It's I can't figure out up and down with the whole dibs thing because it really just comes down to the fact there needs to be a law. There needs to be a law that you get to keep your spot for X amount of time and everyone has to follow it. The problem with this whole system is some people are playing by it and some people aren't, and that's why it's chaos.
I will say the thing that I agree with is there is this mentality like if you steal my spot, I'm going to slash your tires and break your like...
Right, it's all out of whack.
Yeah.
And then there's people who will just, they'll be like, I won't pick up a shovel all winter and just take other people's spots, and they're just as big assholes. So there just needs to be a law, and everyone needs to follow it.
Yeah, I've always gone with my rule, if one person pulls out, that means one spot open, so it should all equal out in the end. And yeah, you may have to walk more, but fucking snow. I don't use space savers, never have.
Yeah, I don't think any of that shit flies. That's like if you're gonna wait online, you got to wait online. You can't have like a space saver. You can't. These are just rules that I think you have to live by, and it sucks that if someone steals it and they don't dig out their spot, but claiming a plot of space as your own is made up. You can't do that.
Rusney Castillo, I wasn't sure whether to put this on the rundown because I didn't know if it was too local to Boston, but his ear is I don't know what's going on. I've never seen an ear like that. It's the craziest looking ear I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if that's like a Cuban ear. We're getting all these Cuban guys now. Maybe that's just what they do with ear. Maybe he had a bunch of earrings and it went south. But KFC, you're making faces on this guy's ear.
That made me like gag when I saw it. That shit grosses me out. Carlos Beltran has a mole that's like the size of a golf ball right in the same spot. And why don't these guys get that shit fixed? If I had that right now, if I was a poor person, I would shave that off with a fucking knife. I would dig those bumps out of my head. If I was a professional baseball player, bumps and moles and all that shit would be taken off. It's disgusting.
Well, maybe he will. In Cuba, I bet that surgery is not advanced. Big Cat?
That's what I was going to say. The reason why these guys don't get it off is because they think it's totally normal. I mean, this is Cuba we're talking about. It's just a miracle if you are, if you have childbirth without the mother or the kid dying. So, like, who cares? Kid's got a couple bumps on his ear. What are you going to do? Like, people probably are walking around with all kinds of third eyes and all that bullshit. They're not America. What are you going to do? I can't blame a guy for being from a poor country and having a weird ear. That would be mean of me.
I wonder what, like, are people, you think, making fun of this? Like, Pedroia being like, what is going on with your ear, dude? Or are they just pretending, like, when someone has, like, Elaine, when that lady had, like, the goiter or whatever, and it's just, like, looking the other way, pretending it's not there? Are the Red Sox making fun of this guy's ear right now? Like, or not?
No, because I think of what Dan just said. They're probably just like, oh, that's a poor Hispanic man. If it was like one of the boys, I could see it.
I mean, he's a rich Hispanic man now.
Yeah, but I have a theory that, like, none of the white guys fuck with any of the Hispanic guys, and they all just kind of laugh. They all speak Spanglish to each other and broken English back and forth, and they laugh, and they never ever have a real conversation. So I don't even think it will ever come up.
So you think he's just going through, like, he doesn't even know? It's an interesting take.
Yeah, like Ortiz might bust his balls because they both speak Spanish, but I don't think any of the white guys are going to say anything to him because then, like, he'll grab a bat and smash it over his head. Like, it's two cultures. You just let it just kind of sit, like, next to each other and you never let them mix.
Kurt Schilling, who blocks me on Twitter. Everyone blocks me. By the way, side note, I have another blog out. He tweeted that he, he respects Barstool Sports and thinks it's funny, and then I'm blocked. It's like spotting onions, spotting dimes, eating onions. I fucked that one up.
I don't know what to believe. You're eating onions, you're spotting dimes. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Whatever. He was in a Twitter rant last night because he goes on Twitter and says, good luck to my daughter. I think her name's Gabby. Gabby, is that his name, Hank? Yeah. Gabby Schilling going to Salva Regina. Bunch of bros are like, oh, we'll take care of her, Kurt. Like, we'll keep our eye on her. Like, we can't wait to see her. And then he basically said he's going to send the Secret Service to their door and murder them. So it was kind of like a 0 to 100 by Kurt. Big Cat?
That one line that he had was such a hard-o line that he knows people in the Secret Service who have been and are in the Secret Service.
Not even, it was special forces, which I think is...
I'm of the philosophy that if you're a dad, you have every right to, like, protect your daughter. And, like, if she brings home a boyfriend that sucks, like, beat him up, all that shit. You can't bring in Marines and stuff. That's cheating. Do it yourself. Kurt, you drive down to your daughter's college and go sit in the stands and intimidate guys. Don't fucking pretend that you have SEAL Team 6 in your backyard ready to strike when someone looks at her crooked.
KFC?
The thought of Kurt Schilling, like, jumping on the line with, like, Lone Survivor and sending him to Salve Regina is laughing out funny. Like, hi, I'm here on behalf of Kurt Schilling. Like, cut it out. But here's the thing: you can't send that tweet. You can't talk about your daughter, your wife. Like, even we know this as, like, lowly bloggers. There are things and people I don't put out there because I know what I'm going to get back. You don't need to send a good luck at college tweet and then you're going to get pissed off at the responses. Come on, Kurt. You know the rules here. Let's go.
That I agree with 1,000%. Parents shouldn't be on social media. I get it. We're on social media. He has to be as part of his job. Just you cannot tweet about your daughter. And to be honest, the responses weren't even. They could have been a lot worse. Like, I'm gonna split her open and stick my dick like in her face. It wasn't that. It's like, I'll keep my eye on her, Kurt. And he's like, DM me your address. I'm gonna fucking, like you said, I'm gonna have SEAL Team 6 there tomorrow. And he wasn't joking. He was like dead serious. And I think he is. He told one girl, I think he actually is gonna have like private investigators like there. She's like, I'll keep my eye, being nice. She's like, I'll keep my eye on him. It's like, I have professionals for that. Easy, Kurt. Pimp My Ride was fake. This is a stunning development. A stunning development. Big Cat.
It was. This is one of those stories that would you have ever thought of Pimp My Ride again in your life? Probably not. Then this comes out and it just, like, crushes your day. Crushed it. The fact that the fish tank and the DJ table and the champagne fountain all in, like, that pimped out Honda Civic are fake. That's I've just kind of been moping around my house all day ever since I found this out.
KFC?
Haven't been this upset since finding out Santa Claus wasn't real. It's one of those things that just crushes everything you thought in life is now just flipped upside down. I think the funniest part, though, are these three dudes who were on it, who are doing, like, Reddit AMAs and interviews with Huffington Post, all about how back, like, 10 years ago, how Pimp My Ride duped them. That is hilarious.
The only thing I don't get is I swore I'd see the car drive away with everything in it. So it goes 100 yards and then they take everything out?
Yeah. Basically, if you read the article, some guy said that, like, one of them, his car had, like, a robot arm. And it was literally just, like, wires underneath it. And there was a guy, like, on a computer right behind the camera just controlling it. And then they would just, like, snatch it out as soon as they drove away.
But they still gave them, like, a new car, right? So they still went from, like, a jalopy to, like, a real
I mean, it was
car.
their car. They changed their car.
Okay.
So it wasn't, like, a totally new car, but they pimped it. They pimped your existing vehicle. But apparently not as good.
Also, Kevin, are you like
a makeover and then being like, give me all the clothes back?
Kevin, were you like a big Pimp My Ride guy? Because someone tweeted me like, Kevin's devastated. I was like, was this?
Saw that tweet. I don't know what that is about.
Did I miss like a blog about Kevin having like Pimp My Ride posters on his fucking wall and shit?
Yeah, not sure what that was about. Maybe because it was Exhibit, who's a rapper. I don't know what the connection was there.
That's like that basketball picture when you're hanging out with your boys. The last one, another borderline topic, but this guy, he's one of the top 5 massholes that I've come across in my life. Like, you have CT, and now you got, like, this guy. Just an unbelievable masshole from Survivor. The quote that he has, and I blogged it, I should read it. It was, what is this quote?
Here, I got it.
Some people are smart with biochemistry. Some people know astronauts. Some people can be a doctor. I'm just a master at getting jacked. You want to look good? You want to be in the gym? You want to get fit? You come to me. I'll put you through some of the craziest workouts you've ever seen before.
He's dead serious when he says it. He also seems to live his life, which I have no problem with, strictly on like Boston sports teams. Like, if you could draw up a masshole, this guy's it. And I've gotten probably 20 emails being like, oh, I know Rodney. I went to college with him in high school. He's not acting. But of course he's not acting. You can't act like that. Like, you have to either be born with it or not. I wish I could set up like a rendezvous KFC with like you and him to watch like a Jets-Patriots game. That would be like my dream.
I'm shocked it took this long to find Rodney. You figure like somewhere along the lines there'd be a video of him at like Fenway, or you get in a fight at a bar or something. This guy, the fact that he's just coming to light for Barstool is insane.
Well, I was going to say the funniest part about this is that it's now become like, you know how it used to be in the real world? They would like, you got to have the gay guy, you got to have the black guy, you got to have the lesbian chick, you got to have like the guy from the South who's never met any of them. Now, the Boston guy like this is one of the things you have to have. Every single reality show has it. And I will say this, Hank, I hope you were watching that guy, because when you're trying to become a fucking meathead and gain all this weight, that's the guy you're competing against. Hipster Hank can beat that guy. Fucking 200-pound Hank has no shot.
Him being 195 scared me too.
You got no shot, Hank. This is what we were trying to warn you of. That guy is like, he's who you want to be, and you could never be him on your best day.
He's an original. That's the rundown. KFC, I had something for you. Like this Boomer and Carton, this penis download, like that's a really bad look for all of us, I guess.
Hey, listen. I mean, that's Stoolies. I knew this was going to happen. I mean, they would have downloaded anything to make me lose.
Is that what you think happened?
100%. 1,000%.
See, I actually think it's a bad look, not because we got beat, I assume, right?
Badly.
Okay. It's not because we got beat, because like you said, that was bound to happen. It's the fact that no one's fucking eating or injecting sheep balls. What the hell is a sheep ball bet with no sheep balls? I still don't. Every time you blogged it, I was like, oh, cool. Well, KFC's going to have to fucking eat some sheep balls. And there's no sheep balls anywhere. I've looked 7 times. I can't find a sheep ball.
No, it all originated from some Babe Ruth story that he used to inject sheep ball stuff.
So you got to eat sheep balls.
I don't know. I'm not eating. Don't put that out. In a week, I'll be eating sheep balls with Portnoy filming. I'm not eating sheep balls. But listen, it doesn't matter what I was up against. Stoolies will absolutely download anything else to make me lose.
Really? I thought people don't like you. You're like podcast people.
You're crazy? People hate me.
I thought they liked you.
Or a Boston-based website. Who likes me, Dave?
The biggest antagonist
Hold on.
Like,
Hold on.
75% of New York hates me because I'm Mets and Jets instead of Giants. Yankees.
Do you think more people like me than you?
I think people like me less than they like you. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like all the massholes who say they hate you, at the end of the day, love you because you're one of them. Those people actually hate me. And then in my own city, all the Yankees and Giants fans hate me, and the Rangers fans hate me. So like literally nobody likes me.
I didn't know you were that hated.
I mean, put it this way. I knew I was going to lose that, and pretty much everyone involved knew Sheep Testicles was going to win.
I'm just pissed that there's no sheep balls going down. Like, that's what kind of fucking bet? Who does a download bet with no sheep balls and call it the sheep ball bet?
And also, I mean,
Can you eat sheep balls?
Yeah.
I'm not eating. No, dude. I'm putting this to bed right now. This is not X Factor.
I demand satisfaction.
I think See, maybe I'm wrong. I thought you'd win. I think if I was in a contest like that, I'd be surprised if I didn't win. I don't think people would vote against because they'd see it as we're going versus like a radio station.
Well,
and as much as they hate me, it's like we got to show that Barstool has a big swinging dick.
The only thing that's a little weird is that it's none of it was technically my show. It was just a show that I was on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was still. It wasn't like a Barstool product where I think we have a lot of listeners and viewers and shit. So it was kind of removed. But I don't know. I'm pretty much guaranteeing that anytime I put up something like, hey, don't download this other thing because I want you to. You know, I don't want that to happen.
You need to be smarter next time.
Well, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, this wasn't even wasn't a huge challenge.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't a real bet because no one's eating sheep balls.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't come up with this. This was more for promotion than anything. If it was a real, true, like, what can Barstool do, I think I would have taken it a lot more seriously. But no matter how you cut it, losing to sheep testicles is not a good look.
You also like those guys, and those guys are good guys. Whereas Dave, if it was you versus a radio station, like
that's the real
adversarial relationship with
anybody who was going to download either thing, probably likes Barstool and likes Boomer and Carton. If they were our enemies, I think it would have gone a lot different.
Did you see that? I don't know if you guys saw any of that. We had a video of a Quincy lawyer getting acid and attacked with a hatchet yesterday, and we put a stoolie just happened to be there, so it was unreal footage. I had Hank put our logo on it. It didn't go viral just because our logo on it, but Channel 5 did call up and ask if I would give them the raw footage without our logo. I was like, well, the problem with that is one step down, people will take it and we'll be out of the loop. And they're like, yeah, but our producer just doesn't want to put Barstool on the air. It's like, well, I mean, that's the problem. That's your thing. It's crazy. Crazy. It was great footage, too. Unreal footage. Guy got attacked with a fucking hatchet. But
that just goes to show that, like, the fact that didn't go viral just because Barstool's name was on it, like, that's how does a news station not report that someone got hit with a hatchet just because they don't like a website?
It's crazy. It literally would have been everywhere if we didn't put the logo on. It would have been ripped and it would have been it would have been lead story across everything. But we handcuffed them because the logo is on there. So it's like, what do we do now?
You should start doing sneaky logos. Like we did that. Millmore and I did that. Some guy sent me a picture of Joe Quinville, the Blackhawks coach, drinking at a bar in St. Louis, and I had the logo, the Barstool logo, put on the chalkboard outside the bar, and then everyone ripped the picture off, and I was just like, "You ripped my picture off?" They're like, "No, we didn't." I'm like, "Well, then why is there a Barstool on the fucking chalkboard?"
Yeah, no, we've done that. Who was the guy at the airport that we lied about? Revis. We put my face was in the baggage claim area, and we had the guy from 98.5 breaking the story as his own. Like my sources say, Revis is at the airport, and my prep school face was literally taking luggage off the thing. So yeah, that's the world we live in. But all right, that's the rundown.